Human trafficking has no geography boundaries. We think it does, but it doesn't. Whether you're in Thailand, whether you're in some part of India or the Asia Pacific region, whether you're in Los Angeles, Portland, Sacramento, or even El Dorado Hills, trafficking is affecting people's lives.
It's a heavy issue for a young person, to think about, because we've always known it as pimping and prostitution, But when we have pimps and human traffickers now targeting the teen population because that's what's in demand, that's a very serious issue.
And then one night she asked to go to the grocery store with a friend. The grocery store that's 2 miles from my house. The grocery store that is within a community where I never even locked my doors. She was taken that night from the Safeway parking lot. Her perpetrator took her from the parking lot, and then within 12 hours, had posted pictures of her advertising her for sale for sex on Craigslist. And within 24 hours, had her in the Bay Area and was actively trafficking her out to sometimes 15 to 20 men a day.
When I was 14, I met a man off of the internet. I would try and go to people at school, and just nobody was really listening. The first time we met, I met him at a local school. He wasn't a creepy man. Like, he was very gentle and nice. He wasn't involved with the gang. He wasn't involved with, drugs or anything like that.
We see a lot of that. We see a lot of teenagers brainwashed and mentally manipulated and tricked and duped, and no 15-year-old child wakes up one day and says, hey, I'm just gonna go sell myself. Overseas, you might see a young person thrown in a cage, thrown in a brothel, held against their will physically. Here in the States, and this is kind of a common phrase amongst the anti-trafficking movement, you don't have to physically put a young person in a cage if you can mentally put their mind in a cage. We just grow up in a society of vulnerability at times, and so these pimps, man, some of these guys could run businesses of their own. Some of these guys could run huge corporations. They could be CEOs of normal multi-million-dollar companies. They are so gifted at what they do, And there's whole books out there that you can study on how to exploit women and how to be a Mac or how to be a pimp or how to be a human trafficker.
Each child is vulnerable, and it's just to what degree and then how does the pimp use that to really get in there and do their work and begin to exploit this child.
He was arrested, and I thought it was just because of me. And learning through the newspaper that he was involved with thousands of girls throughout the country by using the internet. And they were seeing that he was involved with a really big sex ring that was forming.
Some of them are so bold that they'll just park outside of the local junior high and high school, and if it even just looks like a young person is walking home by themselves, they pull up and offer them all sorts of different things and offer to give them money or candy or drugs or whatever it might be. These guys are very skilled at what they do.
He had a charm about him. Then that was what really drew me, I think, to him. And just that, just showing that he cared was kind of the other lure that what was for me, because he would talk to me about things like that I was feeling from school and stuff like that, and he would act like he cared, and he would listen to me.
It's easier to just kind of hide your eyes to it. It's easier to turn your face from it. And I think what Run for Courage does is they put a spotlight on this dirty little secret. They expose it. And that in itself demands an answer to be given. It demands awareness to be responded to. We have a responsibility as human beings. You may not even be a parent. You just may be a teen. You may be an activist, but this is happening in your community. That's why we have to raise the awareness. We have to blow the bullhorn and say, this must stop.
I decided to come out and run today because I totally care about this cause so much. These girls, a lot of people don't know how big of an issue this is, and these girls are really just like torn apart emotionally, and that totally hits my heart.
There are girls out there that don't have a voice, and they need people to speak up for them and to fight for them, and whether that means running 5K and supporting them financially or going and helping them, whatever that means, then that means we have to do it. So that's why I'm here.
I actually just watched a documentary about it, about sex trafficking and then how young the girls are. Yeah, it's definitely eye-opening.
Yeah.
And yeah.
It's something a lot of people don't even really know about, and people don't realize how big of an issue it really is.
We're about 30 seconds from the start.
It's awesome. Like when I was riding with my friend, she was saying this is so cool. Like to know if you have been through that situation, like people are out there running for you.
And everyone here is really here for the cause, so it just makes it completely different than any other event. You're not running just to run.